I decided to do literacy because I understand the value it adds to a child, especially when they are young. For starters, I studied my early primary schools in Moyo and Adjumani, and unfortunately up to P5 I didn't know how to read properly nor write, just cram things and move along, until I was introduced to reading storybooks, captivating storybooks, that I picked up this skill that has helped me along my education, but also different aspects of my career. Now, why am I focusing on West Nile for these projects, especially Moyo and Adjumani? For starters, this is home. For me, this is home. And it's a way of giving back to the schools that nurtured me, especially Etele Primary School and Mirei Primary School, where I studied P1, P2, P3. Also, the fact that over time I've picked interest in following up how do these pupils perform during the end of year PLE, that is the primary living examinations, compared to those in other parts of the country. You find that our children are lagging behind a lot and they're not performing so well, so it becomes hard for them to compete with the others that are in the other parts of the country or the world. But bringing the aspect of literacy, learning basic reading and writing, especially reading and writing in English. Yes, the local language they know, but that aspect of English pushes them to be able to see the world beyond just the confines of their location, beyond the confines of what they are used to, which is the local language, Madi or Lugara or Reli or Kuku, whichever of the tribes that they are coming from. It pushes them to imagine the world beyond just that. So my idea is that I join hands, because I know there are very many people who are trying to do this, join hands with them to also contribute towards seeing that our children in West Nile, in the Madi sub-region especially, are able to compete with others, are able to also learn basic literacy skills, basic English, basic reading skills, so that they can pass exams first of all, but also be able to take advantage of the opportunities that will come their way. That is where my passion is.
The books that we receive are storybooks, which were brought to improve the literacy of the learners, and basically it is for lower classes. And the good thing that I've got from the books, that they are at the level of the learners. When they are helped to go through, it improves their literacy and again understanding through what they have read from the books, and again when questions are asked they are able to answer from the text.
So in this regard, is these books enough for the pupils? If in case it's not enough, what do you expect to be done?
Okay, the books that we received were not enough. There were 20 numbers, and if you take one class of P3 is over 100. So we request that those good wizards like Gladys also can help the school by bringing books, and as well the school also, if they can also look for funds that they can add the number of books, so it helps the learners very well.
The outcome of this project is beyond just giving books, because like schools like Etele Primary School, in their library they had some books. So it is beyond books. My expectation is that first of all the attitude change of the children towards English, towards reading and writing, that they will work with the teachers and possibly the parents or caretakers in case they come on board to guide these children to appreciate the beauty in literacy, in reading, so that they learn to read for themselves. They get the appetite to read, the desire, not just reading for exams, but reading for anything, because by reading they will be exposed to many other things in their lives. My ultimate goal is that in the long run, can they pass their exams better as a result of being able to read and write? Number two, can they be able to explore the world and the opportunities that will come their way because of being able to read and write. Those are the two things that I'm looking at through this literacy project.
Well, in this regard, what message do you have for the parents of these children in the sub-region towards education?
Well, to dear parents, I know oftentimes we wonder, is education still the key to success? Well, it is. So I'm encouraging us, let us motivate our children to read. It does not mean that you have to know to read to help them, but encourage them. If it means making it mandatory at home, get for them a reading book, a storybook, even if it's in the local language or in English, so that they are encouraged, they pick that interest. Because through this, they can see the world, they can experience things, they can have opportunities. So, dear parents, encourage the children. Let them come to school, not just for the sake of coming to school, but with purpose, to be better than who they are right now. Encourage them because they have dreams. I've interacted with some of them. Three actually from the 3 schools I've been to, want to become presidents. There is a young girl who wants to become an MP. There are those who want to become lawyers, nurses, doctors. All these dreams are possible if we encourage them, if we take them to school, if we support them with the little that we can. I know money is not there, but provide for them what they can to be able to reach there.
Well, millions of people are watching you live on the TV. In this regard, what message do you have for the leaders in support of education?
Well, for the leaders in support of education, I'm first of all appreciative that the new changes in the curriculum are practical and are helping the students, especially in lower secondary school, to have practical skills. My encouragement and hope is that for my region, especially the Madi sub-region, that we encourage, let us encourage our children really. Let us rally behind the parents, different stakeholders, to see that children just don't stay at home. Yes, there is time for home, but there's also life in school, that their future can be shaped for a better cause. And I am hopeful that regardless of the performances that could not be so encouraging, there is hope, and I'm hoping that the leaders can encourage that dream to see that our sector as education in Uganda, in the West Nile region, gets better, and literacy is encouraged with the resources, but also at different levels.
Because for us, being the government school, some of the learners are taught in local language, so when it reaches now English, others really pick fairly, others really have difficulties. But if we introduce them to the textbooks or the storybooks, at least they can pick up very nicely.
So what message do you have for the stakeholders in education regards to the improvements of literacy among the children?
Okay, what I can say is that mostly education sector looked at the academic aspects where they bring reference books that we use for teaching, but they can also as well bring in storybooks, so that also it improves the literacy and also help learners in understanding the text better.